beautiful creatures of the world. Today I'm going to be talking about my Pretty Little Liars fears. And so season 6 of 6A, the first half of season 6, of the first 10 episodes that are airing like this summer, or if you're below the southern hemisphere this winter, those episodes are going to have only 10 episodes. That made sense. Good job, my vocabulary. Anyway, so of those 10 episodes, 8 of them have aired, and this was supposed to be the summer of answers, and I feel like it's not going to be a summer of answers, it's going to be a finale of answers. Now, there were a couple answers in the premiere Game On, Charles, like what happened to Sarah Harvey, how long had Charles been building the dollhouse. Those were questions that were sort of secondary questions, I feel like. They were sort of a result of having to not answer other questions. You know, like those stories came up as a way to keep pushing the story forward. And I know that Marlena said something along the lines of all the clues for Charles are there, so now it's just a matter of like getting to episode 10, getting to the finale, and actually seeing who Charles is and why Charles is. And I feel like, yes, it's very important that we get closure on that, but there's so many other things we need answers and closure to. There is a list of like 327 questions on Tumblr that I saw that I think is great. And it's like, before the season even premiered, I was like, how are they going to answer 327 questions in 10 episodes? I'm like, they'll have to be like 33 answers an episode on average, and so far that hasn't been happening. So I'm honestly afraid that we are not going to get answers to those questions. I have faith in the writing abilities of Marlene King, that she will jam-pack just tons of answers into the finale, but there's no way that like 300 questions could be jam-packed. Like, how is she going to answer who were all the A's that were running around New York in the season 5 premiere? And who moved Ian's body, I know, is one that I really wanted to know. And it's like, all these questions of who did this and who did that, I don't know if she's going to try and like just blame Charles on everything, but there are other questions that it's not who, it's how. Or, of course, now I'm trying to blank and I can't think of any of the questions, but you guys know, any Pretty Little Liars watcher knows that there are so many questions and there's no way that they could all get answered in 2 episodes, let alone 10 episodes. And I feel like next week's episode, the one before the finale, isn't going to really have answers either. It's just going to all be tension building up to the finale, and that's my fear. I feel like we don't need to have just one episode of craziness and answers. Like, I thought the season was going to be so good because I thought there are so many questions, so it's going to be just like, you know, binge answers in every single episode. But really it hasn't been. It's felt like fillers and just like roadblocks and just like stupid little things like, oh, we thought Leslie was A, so let's spend an episode trying to find out that Leslie is A. Oh, let's spend the first 3 episodes proving that Andrew is A, when really we find out that he isn't A. So I feel like these are all just fillers, these are all just stalling. And it's just, this is time that could be used to answer all those questions. My only hope that will breed eternal misery, a line from the show, Illusion, is that season 6B and 7 will kind of take some of the answers from the first, like, 5 seasons, and that we will get answers about the first 5 seasons in the last season and a half. But a part of me thinks not, because this story is definitively ending. At least that's how I understood it. This story with A and Charles that's been going on the whole show is going to definitively end after the summer, and it's going to be a new story, a new arc. But maybe not. Maybe we will get some of the old questions and stories and characters like pull into the end of the series, which then I'd be okay with, but then I would like to know that like these answers are going to happen. Even the little things that a lot of people don't care about are going to be answered too, because otherwise in the future I'm going to watch the first seasons and I'm going to say we never got recollection, we never got answers on that, and the series is ended, so we're never going to. But maybe I'll get to pull like Gus and Hazel from The Fault in Our Stars, and I'll get to go meet Marlene King, and I'll ask her all my questions I have. That would be really awesome, so maybe that should happen. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. My links are below if you want to follow, and I hope you enjoyed it. Okay, thank y'all. Deuces.